So I'm recording this video today to show you that the changes in privacy regulations we've been talking about are indeed real. So let me read this article for you. So Delaware's Data Privacy Protection Act officially enacted in the new year. Delaware's Personal Data Privacy Act went into effect on January the 1st, bringing a new set of cyber protections to residents of the first state. The act, passed in 2023, requires businesses to provide transparency over their personal data practices and seek consent when they collect and use sensitive personal data. Consumers may now opt out of the sale of their personal information, targeted advertising, and some types of automated decision-making. The bill goes as far as enabling consumers, upon request, to obtain the personal data businesses have collected about them, such as race, ethnicity, religion, health conditions, sexual orientation, gender identity, location, or biometric data, and permit corrections or deletion of that data. So as we see here, the changes in privacy regulations I've been talking about in my videos on Reklaim are indeed happening. I think that people sometimes are quite surprised by how much data is out there through basic activity that we all kind of take for granted as part of our normal day-to-day lives. And just because data can be generated or collected from our normal activity doesn't mean that we are all okay with that data being used in all kinds of different ways. We still have a sense of privacy, said the bill's sponsor and Senate Majority Leader Brian Townsend. The law applies to entities conducting business in Delaware that control or process the personal data of 35,000 consumers or more, or 10,000 consumers if they derive more than 20% of their gross revenue from the sale of personal data. There are additional protections for children as well. Businesses must obtain consent to sell personal data or to use targeted advertising for children aged 13 to 17. For children under 13, businesses must obtain a parent's consent to use a child's personal data for any reason. Nowadays, your data and your privacy and your financial security can be invaded from afar. And so, I think making sure that we have obligations in place that businesses are expected to take cybersecurity and data privacy very seriously is a signal we need to make sure to send to the broader world, Townsend said. And in this other article, we have the key points of Delaware's new privacy law well summarized. The new privacy laws gives Delaware residents several rights. So, now, businesses must obtain explicit consent before using or sharing sensitive personal information, including race, religion, and health conditions. Consumers can also decline the sale of their data, automated decision-making, and personalized ads. Besides, residents can request access to their data, correct inaccuracies, or delete their information. And lastly, businesses cannot unlawfully, this is a hard word, but businesses cannot unlawfully use personal data to discriminate against consumers. So as we see here, we are going through a massive change in privacy regulations. Now, companies need to be more transparent and get our consent before using our data. They can no longer extract our data without considering us normal internet users, consumers. But the consumer is gaining more power. Now we can even edit the data companies have about us or delete it. So as you see, this trend is for real. The thing is that, as I've been saying in my videos about Reklaim, this creates a huge problem for companies because now they need a source to get all this compliant data in a massive scale. And that's what Reklaim allows companies to do. Actually, Reklaim is exactly what companies need now. A marketplace of compliant personal data. So companies can just go on Reklaim and buy all the personal data they need, while us, normal internet users, can sell our data on Reklaim's platform, making money from it. Anyway, if you want to learn more about this company, I created a whole playlist about it, which you can find here. But my point in this video was to show you that these privacy laws are for real and that they are spreading rapidly. And that's excellent for Reklaim because it expands its market. Anyway, I think 2025 might be a pretty interesting year for this stock. Well, that's it for today, and see you next time.